Good evening, race fans. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tyler White, here to bring you tonight's NASCAR updates. We have doubleheader Sunday coming up for you tomorrow. Both races coming to you from NASCAR's oldest and shortest track, the Martinsville Speedway in the beautiful mountains of Virginia. And it's going to be a good one. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But right now, let's take a look at our top story. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and IndyCar superstar Graham Rahal could swap rides for a day. Rahal was at the race last week at the Auto Club Speedway in Southern California just before his season gets kicked off in St. Petersburg, Florida. After the race, he tweeted that he would be interested in swapping rides with Dale Earnhardt Jr. for a day, which means Dale Earnhardt Jr. will get in Graham Rahal's National Guard Honda, and Graham Rahal will get in Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s National Guard Chevrolet and test it for a few laps. Jr. said he would be interested only if they run on the road course at Indianapolis. Now, only 2 times that this has happened before, a NASCAR and IndyCar open-wheel driver has swapped rides. The first time it happened, 2003. Jeff Gordon and Juan Pablo Montoya, who was in an F1 driver at the time, swapped rides. Jeff Gordon hopped in Juan Pablo Montoya's F1 car. Juan Pablo Montoya hopped in Jeff Gordon's DuPont Chevrolet for a few laps on the road course in Indianapolis. Second time it happened, 2011. Tony Stewart and Lewis Hamilton, who's an F1 driver, swapped rides. Tony Stewart hopped in Lewis Hamilton's F1 car, and Lewis Hamilton hopped in Tony Stewart's Office Depot Chevrolet, and both of them are Mobil 1 Chevrolet, I should say, and they're both sponsored by Mobil 1. No word yet on if this is official, but I think this should happen. I mean, I'm all for this decision. I think it's great for the sport that NASCAR drivers can swap with open-wheel drivers just for a day. And look what happened in the 2003 ride swap with Jeff Gordon and Juan Pablo Montoya. A few years later, Juan Pablo Montoya is in NASCAR, and he only had 2 career wins. Now he's with IndyCar again. He went back to IndyCar, but that's what convinced Juan Pablo Montoya to have a career in NASCAR. Now, no word yet on if... I don't think Lewis Hamilton's probably going to be a NASCAR driver because he's obviously been devoted to F1, so he's probably going to stick with F1. But, hey, I think this ride swap with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Graham Rahal, hey, who knows? Graham Rahal may think about running in NASCAR. You never know. And both Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Graham Rahal, not only are they both sponsored by National Guard, but they both have fathers that have raced. Graham Rahal, his daddy was Bobby Rahal. And, of course, Jr. is a third-generation driver to his daddy, Dale Earnhardt Sr. And Dale Earnhardt and Bobby Rahal were very good friends, and they both have something in common. They've both won at Indianapolis. Bobby Rahal, the 1986 Indy 500 champion, and Dale Earnhardt won the Brickyard 400 back in 1995. And they both won their sport's biggest race. Of course, we mentioned that Bobby Rahal won the 1986 Indy 500. Dale Earnhardt won the 1998 Daytona 500. So I think this is good between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Graham Rahal to swap rides for a day. I hope it happens. I think you're going to see a packed crowd watching. And I think it's going to be broadcast on television. That's my bold prediction. I think that's basically what needs to happen. Alright, let's get you ready for Doubleheader Sunday. And get ready because this may be one of the biggest Doubleheader Sundays in all of sports. You can catch the STP 500 tomorrow on Fox. That's going to kick off our Doubleheader Sunday for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Expect Denny Hamlin to run good. He's a 4-time winner at Martinsville. And this is one of his home tracks. He grew up in nearby Chesterfield. Expect Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon to run good. They're 8-time winners at Martinsville. They both have won their 8 times. Expect Kevin Harvick to run good. He won this race back in 2011. Has several Truck Series wins here and even won a nationwide race back in 2006. Expect Tony Stewart to run good here. He's a 2-time winner at Martinsville. Expect Dale Earnhardt Jr. to run good. He's never won here, but he's been oh so close at winning, and so has his daddy, Dale Earnhardt Sr. He's won here a lot of times at Martinsville, so expect him to run good. And our most memorable moment, 2012, the spring race at Martinsville. Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, two of Hendrick's most dynamic drivers, both battling to win that 200th race for Hendrick Motorsports. But then all of a sudden, Clint Bowyer from Michael Waltrip Racing comes up and wrecks both of them, taking all three drivers out. Ryan Newman of Stewart-Haas Racing drives by him and steals the win. And let me tell you something, that was a wild and intense race. I think that was one of the best races of Martinsville ever. And little did I know this would start the rivalry between Jeff Gordon and Clint Bowyer. I didn't think we would see a huge rivalry from them, but that's ultimately what happened. They kept running into each other, and then finally at Phoenix, Jeff Gordon says, "I've had enough." He takes Clint Bowyer out, and then we see the Jerry Springer Show break out between Jeff Gordon's pit crew and Clint Bowyer's pit crew. And then Clint Bowyer gets out of his car and runs like an NFL running back to Jeff Gordon's trailer and tries to attack him. And this is a rivalry that still goes on today if you didn't watch last week's race at Auto Club Speedway in California. Now the reason why we're having this doubleheader Sunday is because today's truck race did not get started because of rain. So shortly after the Sprint Cup Series race, you can catch the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Kroger 250 on Fox Sports 1. Now, if you Cup drivers are running this race, run the truck race and the Cup race tomorrow. And only one time in history have we seen a driver won both races on the same day. That was February 21st, 2009 at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Kyle Busch won the truck race that afternoon, which was the final truck race at Auto Club Speedway, and then went on to win the nationwide race that night at Auto Club Speedway. Could this happen again tomorrow? I don't know. But this will be one of the biggest doubleheader Sundays in all of sports, and I can't wait. I'm ready for doubleheader Sunday tomorrow. And I would like to see at least 2 doubleheader Sundays in 2015. Not rain, not because they had to move the Trucker Nationwide race from Saturday to Sunday because of rain, but actually scheduled. Because I think this is exciting. Just 2 doubleheader Sundays a year next year in 2015. That's what I'd like to see. Alright, here's a weather forecast for the race for doubleheader Sunday tomorrow. It's coming to you from NBC affiliate WSLS 10 in Roanoke. And it's looking beautiful. Lots of sunshine, a high of 57. Beautiful day to watch the drivers race, and I'll tell you, you'll be glad you came. So if you live in this area, you've never been to NASCAR race, you have no plans tomorrow, buy your tickets, come on down, and you're going to have a good time. And you'll want to come back when they come back for the fall race. Now, it's very important that the track gets sold out tomorrow. Because I've been hearing a lot of rumors that some of these smaller tracks could be shut down in 2015. So it's important that Martinsville has a sellout crowd. That way NASCAR realizes they can keep that on the map. So get ready, folks. We're going to have an exciting doubleheader Sunday tomorrow. And stay tuned. Fox Sports 1 will have you covered. This is going to be exciting, and we're going to have you covered. That's our broadcast tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tyler White. We're going to be back here Monday to recap doubleheader Sunday. We'll show you what you can expect for the next few weeks. And if there's any developments going on in NASCAR, we'll be here to get you updated. Until then, this is Tyler White reminding you, for you to know others, you have them doing to you. Good night, folks. Enjoy doubleheader Sunday tomorrow.